Now, regarding this, we have a News Central's correspondent, Bernard Akede, who is currently at the airport and will be giving us more updates. Bernard, what is the present situation of things at the airport? We can see, as opposed to yesterday, the gridlock has reduced and, in fact, disappeared. Is this because of the fact that things have reverted to status quo?
Thank you for having me. Yes, Blessings. It's a complete contrast as to what we saw yesterday. As a matter of fact, things have not reversed to, or returned to status quo. It's a complete change. If you look behind me now, you will see that there's nobody stationed at the toll spots collecting toll. As a matter of fact, vehicles have been moving freely since yesterday night, as I've been made to understand. Once or twice, actually, you could see some vehicles, and you might be lucky to see some, slowing down at the toll, attempting to pay. However, there's nobody collecting toll there. The toll stoppers, or the barricades, as you would like to call them, have completely been thrown open, and it's free for all to go through the toll back and forth. And of course, this is because of the president's order stating that tolls should stop being collected because of the gridlock that the cashless policy of toll collection had caused. This cashless policy was supposed to start on the 1st of March. Unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan. Some people we spoke to here said that the traffic stretched all the way from here, the toll spots at international airports, down to Awolowo Road in Ikeja, and that's past the local airport MM2. That's about some 3.6 kilometers and beyond. So yes, toll is no longer being collected as at now while we are here, while I can speak and say that authoritatively.
All right, now, while the cashless policy may not have been a bad idea, especially because it would have improved proper financial accountability, what do you think could have been the problem with that?
Well, Blessings, like one of the people I spoke to earlier here, he says just like many policies that are being introduced in Nigeria by authorities, it most likely would have been proper sensitization, or the lack of it in this particular case. You'll see a billboard beside me right now on your screen showing payments made easy, talking about the cashless policy, which was supposed to commence on the 1st of March. Now, for people who apply these routes, they may have been able to see that prior to the 1st of March. But for people like you and I and others who this is not a regular commuting spot for them, how would they have known? Many have complained that they didn't get to hear this over the radio or on the TV, or maybe they did, I didn't hear it enough. So it's probably a problem of the lack of proper sensitization, I would like to say. And this is not new to many Nigerians, unfortunately. A new policy is coming, but they don't get to hear about it enough, or they don't get to hear about it on time. And this most likely would have been what caused this particular issue. According to some other people who we spoke to who actually have the card, they say it was seamless when it comes to paying. So the operation of the card itself, or the cashless policy, may not have been so much the issue as the lack of sensitization concerning this new policy.
So now that they say that they're going to slow things down, I mean, it looks like the plans are that they're going to try this again, but at a later date. What do you think will be the next action by the airport authority and, of course, by the government?
Well, the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, that's talking about Festus Keyamo, did state yesterday when he was announcing the halt or the suspension, as he stated, of this cashless policy. He did state that the order given to him by the President Bola Tinubu, was to suspend the current process and then to go back to the drawing board, and that they even have the liberty, they are at liberty, to partner certain private companies or private individuals, the private sector generally, to see which organizations or individuals can properly partner FAN and the aviation industry, see how they can properly operate the automated tolling system. It's not new to other countries in the world, and obviously not to Nigeria, such that they will have proper cards system where all they need to do is either swipe or just flash the card across the system, and it wouldn't cost so much time or so much money. You can also see to my left here, there's a board there that shows the new pricing for the tolls, for vehicles, for SUVs and buses, for trucks, and of course for trailers and container-laden vehicles. So the idea, according to the aviation minister, again, is for them to go back to the drawing board, partner private organizations or individuals whom they know have the ability in terms of resources and technical know-how to properly run a tolling system such that it will be a win-win situation for both the authorities and for Nigerians plying the airport route.
All right, News Central's lead correspondent, Bernard Akede, who is currently at the airport, has given us an update on that. And as we can see, the gridlock has disappeared and people are free to travel without missing their flights.